I think we'll do that. So here looks like a decent place. So we'll break into that. Drop in a cargo. Okay, so we can build a new road up here. No. Don't want a tunnel. Oh, what the heck, game? Seriously? Ugh. What? It's so very hard to see the terrain. In Skylines, there's a tool in the terrain thing where you click here and here, and it works out the slope between them, and then you can just neatly just create a lovely slope right between them. You don't have that in this, and it works really well. Let's try and do that. There we go. That's more like it. More or less do it at the M&A keys placing the road. Not with the terrain, though, can you? Right, let's get rid of this. And we have a truck station. Just like that. Gauza, thank you for 65 months. Then if we have the road coming along. Scumbag game. And then we need to work out where we're dropping off. So we're going to drop off... this is a problem. Conmat and fuel is like literally here. The world's smallest demand. So we kind of need to encourage town growth on this one. So maybe what we'll do... try and get the town to grow a little bit. If we drop here, we'll still hit the fuel. Well, some of the fuel, not all the fuel. I guess we're going to have to drop here. Okay, we'll drop there. Oh, that's the wrong kind. Cool. Then we need a truck depot. So we'll stick that out of town. Up here somewhere. So we've got a drop point, we've got that, we've got the port. I think we've more or less got everything we need. The only thing is, if that starts producing conmat, these existing trucks can't take it because they're fuel trucks. So if we was to drop conmat off here, it would have to go into the same area as fuel. So we might have to, if we change those trucks to non-dedicated fuel trucks, we'll lose a bit of capacity because they can carry 16, but if we change them to all cargo, we drop to 14, but we can then take the conmat as well. Which leverages that, and then that'll start bringing in more fuel, I expect. So we then want to create a shipping run here. So this is going to bring the stone. Is that linked? Yes. So when the ship brings the stone in from there, it will drop it directly into here, generate conmat, which will instantly start selling. So we'll put the stone up first. Lovely. I think we'll create a shipyard up here as well. Okay, so now we need something with multiple... So that's no good. We need multiple cargo types. Something like 4 compartments on the Axle P. You're playing U-boat while watching streamers sneaking up on a tanker and your game ship honked a horn. So let's see. The Axel P is a good ship. It's 30k. It's quite expensive. Huge capacity though. The loading speed of that is just killer. Goes a bit slower. Doesn't take as much, but loads a heck of a lot quicker. We're going to need a lot of stone. I think we'll have to go for the bigger one. Oh yeah, it's only got one compartment. Good spot. I was going to go for the bigger one anyway, but yeah, we have to. Right, we'll take the Axel P then. We'll put one ship on it for now. While that's getting moving, we'll establish this stone line. Good. Hopefully they'll use that. Hey. Only Schaffhausen can do fuel and stone. Pack tank. Do you mean the Axel P? Right, so with this, we'll tell it to pick up from either platform. And we'll tell it to wait for a minute. No, for a minute. Let's keep it reasonable. No, less. I think a bit less. Cool. Let's build some trucks for that. So we can use dedicated ones. There you go. 16. So that'll get them moving that stuff. Axel can't do fuel. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. So we'll have to use the Schaffhausen instead of the Axel P. And use more of them. Because it won't carry the fuel. How annoying. Good spot. Replace that with the Schaffhausen. Okay, then we need to have fuel con mats. Oh god, the hills here are really annoying. This slope is a pain. I suppose we could do it further down. Yeah, the ships are very slow, but they move a lot of stuff. That's the thing. I've got a phone call from a +86 number. It says China mainland. You really think I'm going to answer that? A phone call from China? Never happened in my life. I don't think so. Yeah, you can keep that, mate. Don't think I know anybody in China. Where are we going here? We're going from here. And we're going to drop there. And we want all cargo, really, because we've got a lot of stuff. Let's get 8 of them. Yeah, my long-lost Chinese cousin who wants to send me millions, exactly. Have a piece of Whiteland's Norwegian chocolate. Okay. That is now shipping stone to here. He's actually got some on board, look. That is a slow drop. Why does it take so long? What the heck? Why is that like taking so long to go? Oh, the scam. I was watching a TV program the other day about scam calls. I don't know if you can do that, Ryan. I think it only works for stations, doesn't it? It's just taking forever. Trips will try to space themselves without by waiting at stations. Come on, dude, you need to send more stone. Now, the question is that now a consumer for Haywood? Yes, it is. There you go. So this refinery is now realised that it can send fuel to here, and then up to here, and up to there, which now increases the overall demand. If we can get that to 500, it'll level up. We can't see the numbers on this yet. This is one thing that does annoy me. Until it gets material, it doesn't tell you where it's going to go. It gives you no indication. I'm expecting to see New Orleans and Haywood as a destination. But we won't know until that stone start. There you go. So New Orleans is in there, but not Haywood. Why not? Tap the oil well south of the refinery. I will when we have demand for it. This one. But we don't have the demand yet. See? And that's why I'm trying to drive the demand here. So that we need more oil. Ah, there you go, Haywood. Good. That's getting going. Not received any goods yet. Kilwell doing okay? Look at that. Like, the entire front of the ship, it seems to be used for passengers or something, even though you can't use it for passengers. How is Haywood getting fuel? Because the fuel comes from this line here. Yeah. So this shipping lane here takes fuel from here. So the fuel's made there. The orange line brings it over. The blue line then transfers fuel into this port. And then this new line here will take fuel up to here, and then these trucks will move it in. These trucks will bring it in. Whatever comes in, combat or fuel, they'll drop it off. Haywood 2. Wow. It's just giving it all to New Orleans. But then Haywood's demand is tiny. Look, it's Haywood's demand is 2. And it's shrinking. It's shrinking because of emissions, because of all the trucks going through that are bringing nothing. The irony. No, we don't want all these trucks around here coming through. They're not even bringing anything. Rubbish. Oh, he's got a brick. This may even provide a plus. There you go. Woo! Phoenix Farm, where's that? Don't care about that. Yeah, that's not providing a plus yet. This is the thing about like these new industries. So like industries that were created at the beginning of the game start off with like a pretty decent demand, but then the ones that get added during the game now, they always start off with a really, really small demand. So you end up with this chicken and egg situation where you don't have the demand, so not much gets shipped to it, but you need to ship stuff for it to grow buildings. So I'm kind of seeing how this game balances this out now. Because right now, it only ever created one building that needs construction material. So how do we grow that? Just by delivering it? Which is why this guy is only allocating a tiny amount to Haywood, because it doesn't want it. So how do you create that growth? Yeah, but the green fellow, the problem is you get this with every new industry that grows. Like, these have grown out quite a bit over time. I think as the city's grown, it's just added them. So I think the only way to do it is to grow the city. Reading between the lines, I think what you have to do, in order to grow these new ones, you have to grow the initial ones, because that's what makes the city expand. And when the city expands, it adds more of these. So I think until fuel starts coming in, we won't see combat demand pick up. Would it? What? Would that industry require the cog itself in Haywood in order to grow? No, I don't think you can grow these, Sommy. I think you have to deliver these to increase the city, which will then automatically grow them. I think that's the way it's going to work. So fuel's coming in now. We'll find out. Once this starts to pick up and growth comes in, I think we'll see that. Tend to find that if you grow the city by doing buses, it also grows the city generally. Yeah, the problem is with this place is it's a long way away from anywhere, and it doesn't really have any packs going on. Like, people are not moving around the town, and they're not leaving the town. What I've just seen, it would be some new buildings receive the updated demand, so as town grows, it'll increase the demand. Yeah, that's what I just said. As town grows, but in order to grow the town, you need to supply the initial demand, or move people in. Thank you, Alan Bowen. And thank you for 56 months. We could put a bus route on, but it won't do anything if people aren't willing to move yet. I don't think the town's big enough. I think the town gets to a certain size, and that's when people start to work in other places. Like, if you look at New Orleans now, because it's reached a certain size, PAX movement is happening, but they're not going anywhere else because it's too far away. New Orleans is so isolated. But it has a big population now. So, you know, in an ideal world, what we do is link them with some other town. Whereas West Covina's got a lot of PAX movement going on. And we're starting to move people, you know, on the public transport as well. More people are driving, but at least they're moving around, which is helping them to grow. Yeah, the trouble with aircraft is they're very, very expensive. Weird that Newport is getting a lot of stuff, but hasn't added more demand yet. Right, how's he getting on? Right, so we're moving all the conmat. How's that train balance going? So he's just left 30 of 54. Okay. Okay, so the combat's getting moved. That needs more demand. finances on that train are not amazing. Considering it always comes in fully loaded with the grain, it always has stone going that way. It always takes box cars full of food, and yet its finances are a bit pants. I don't get it. I don't get why it's not more profitable. No, the condition doesn't affect the cost, it just affects the emissions, really. See, it's carrying plenty of stone and food. $3.4 million a year running costs. That is bonkers. Why is this train so expensive to run? It's not exactly a profitable line. It's got 70 units worth of empty wagons in the train. Gone. Well, yeah, because it's got boxcars as well. Like, the entire grain is full, and the grain only ever goes 2 to 1, doesn't it? But some of the food goes there, so it doesn't always get 2 to 1 coming back. So maybe... what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight, 9, 10, 11. 6 coming back. Maybe we just need to knock off. Remove 2 box cars and replace them with grain cars. Because some of the food never makes it back anyway. It goes to Newport. So if we get rid of 2 of them. And instead add... wait, they're the big gondolas. Oh god, the scroll wheel. It's so annoying. Do that with it. So just make some little adjustment to it. So it's bringing more grain in than food it can take out. Because a chunk of it goes to Newport News. Oh, it's just crashed. See, I zoomed out and it crashed. I'm telling you. That's when it crashes, is when you zoom out. But not always, just sometimes. Enough to be annoying. Having more gondolas also means it can move more stone, which is good. Yeah, because most of its stuff is going to West Covina. Some of it goes to Fargo, some to Newport News. And therefore, it's being split. Normally you take 2 grain in, 1 food out, but some of the food goes somewhere else. We'll see how it gets on like that. It's nice and healthy. Wow. That bus service is actually making a profit. Look at that. What's going on? Yeah, they're not carrying stone because the demand isn't there yet. Like, the demand is not there for stone. And it's not there because the demand is not there for Conmat, Fargo and Newport. We've got to wait for that to grow a bit. And my question is that getting enough material? Yes. We need to level up this demand. We need to get tools somewhere else. That's what we need to do. It's currently going to Fargo and West Covina. See, Newport, if Newport would expand a little bit and take tools, that would be beautiful because we could literally start to truck things over. But we need to find more demand for these tools. We've got Elgin. We could start moving it over here, I guess. Maybe we do that. Trouble is, at the moment, the tools are trucked down to here. What does it need? It needs Conmat and tools. Conmat is coming in this way, but tools are coming in that way. Elgin take tools and Conmat. It can. It can. Like the Conmat is easy. Yeah, we just run it across from here. But the tools are the problem because right now we're only bringing it via truck and we're dropping it straight off here. So how do we then... I don't really want to create a tools run from here all the way to Elgin. I'd rather bring it to here and then take it to Elgin. So maybe what we do is we bring the tools to here. So everything comes here. And then we have a run to Elgin and a run to Fargo. So we just shuttle stuff. And then we can split 2 ways. That would be better. We just need a slightly bigger truck depot. And then a way into it. So how do we get from that road to here? Don't really want to go through the town. We can also reduce emissions by coming this way. Could create another entrance road there, I suppose. Elgin is pronounced what? Elgin. Okay. Well, that's how they pronounce it there. But that's not how I pronounce it here. So. Isn't it Spanish for the gin? I don't know. Could be. Okay. Hey, Red Dragon. What are those building at the cargo pickup spot for trucks? These are storage bays. So with the new update, you can add either passenger or cargo buildings, and they act as storage. So if you look under terminals, you'll then see that each platform can store 80, and then each of these buildings can store 75. So when the platform fills up with stuff, it will then spill over into these extra storage bays, which can be used for any platform. It's part of the new changes. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to pause it, and then we're going to redirect this thing, which is the Fargo Tools line. So it will, instead of going to William Street, it will go to here, and it will go to platform 3, where it will unload and drive away. So that will change, and then we'll have... So that won't be called Fargo Tools anymore. It'll be called Fargo Tools Export, because it's just moving stuff. And this will be Fargo Tools, which will go from here to here. Let me just check that's the best place. That is a big mix, isn't it? One thing I'm noticing with these new changes is the way that if you look at these buildings, they take all 3 types of stuff, so you end up with a lot of mixed things. Like in the old way of playing it, you would have like a tools area, a fuel area, and then a residential area, whereas now you're getting a lot of crossover, which is more realistic, but kind of harder to deal with. Okay, so I'll get to Upper Fargo. Load if available. We'll do all cargo. Right, that should fix that again. PC Tech, how you doing? And then we should also now be able to... I shall just pause it again. I'm just going to replace this road completely. Right, I'm just going to go in there and build a bus station like now. Before this gets too much. Oops. Put it on the north side there. Okay. So if we're bringing combat in, we want to bring it here. So we want to drop there, and it's got a natural loop back out again, so that's fine. Put some bigger roads in place now. Cool. Speedy, thank you very much, 54 months, sir. Thanks for all the great family content. Me and the kids love watching the videos and streams. Keep up the great work. Hope all's well with you and the family. Doing all right, Speedy. Been a bit of a rough week, but you know, made it. Thank you for your support. We Fade to Black, welcome back. Okay, so that has replaced that, replaced that. So all we've got to do now is say Elgin. This could be tools and combat, I think. Actually, one sec. Oh, that's annoying. I mean, that drop will suffice for both. But when that gets bigger, it's going to have to be split. But for now, it'll be okay. Okay, so they can come in platform 5. Cool, I should establish that. Okay, let's go and fix this bus station. You have multiple truck drops to one route, delivers a rush, and automatically you had multiple truck drops to one route. Oh, I see. So just have like a, as they get bigger, just have a stop here and a stop over that way, and then just make it drop on both. Yeah, I suppose that would work, and it'll balance itself, won't it? Scumbag. Let's upgrade that now before it gets too expensive. Oh no, I did not notice that horrible slope. Ugh. Still quite a bit. Boeing, 104 months. Thanks to the amazing community. Dude, thank you for the amazing support. 104 is insane. Oh, it's Fat Man, probably. At some point. I think we're just going to have to push that back a bit. Maybe go down to there instead. That's nasty, but interesting. Okay, so if we look at the bus thing going on here, we can see that there's a lot of people want to come to and from Elgin. So I think it's probably worth having a bus run. So if we do... got a bus stop there, we could bring people... around here somewhere. So ideally I don't want to run past the truck stop. I think for now we'll just drop them off in the town centre and go back. We'll just have a dedicated run. I don't think they've got the demand for a circuit yet. We don't have a bus stop here either, blimey. Let's see. We could one day possibly maybe make this into a passenger terminal as well. So I think it makes sense to have the bus station out here. Sommy, are you still here? I saw you in earlier. Are you still here? Stop. Game looks really deep. It is when you get into it. Right, if we have a bus run that goes around... So this is getting quite big, this town. Just a simple loop for now. Depends if you do anything wrong. Was you in here earlier when I showed the pictures of that plane? That was the thing I was going to ask you. Fargo buses. Let's do that. Okay, that's going to move some people around. You was cool. I wasn't sure if you'd missed it. Packs. They should be good enough for this. Right, that's them around there, and then we'll just have a shuttle between the two, so Fargo, Elgin. Which for now, we'll just do that. But we'll expand that later when they get a bit bigger. For this one, we'll have the quicker bus. Right, I'm aware that I've not saved it in a little while. Right, let's see if that has broken anything, because that was a lot of change. So the main thing is, are they still getting tools? Just a different way. Mattman, thank you for 66 months. Cats, thank you for 7. Hello, Squirrel, how are you? Love the streams, keep me entertained. You're welcome, Cats. Thank you. Let's try and get these picked up a bit quicker by sharing the platform load. I think what's going on here is tools and food. So hang on a minute. Tools and food are now getting moved to here. But then in terms of the drop-off in town, is that still the best spot for it? Yes. Okay. Technically that's tools and food, isn't it? Because they're moving both. Just need to watch that this doesn't get too cloaked up. Why are you here? Why are those buses here? I've got a feeling they left this depot and went that way. Well, there's a lot more room inside that plane, Summy. Well, laterally, but headroom, no. You have to lean your seat back a bit. In terms of onboard avionics, though, it's way better. Right, so I think that orange one, that means stuff is now going to Elgin. They should get stuff soon. How are these getting on now? Ooh, actually making a profit now. Look at that. That's increased. I've got to book it in, Sommy. I've got to go through a whole paperwork exercise, joining the group. Then I've got to get trained and certified on the plane, which I need to book in with the instructors at Earl's Cone, but I can't do that until I've rejoined Earl's Cone, which will no doubt bring its own paperwork. So, probably a few weeks yet. That's a lot of food backing up now. Since we rebalanced that train, it now is not able to move the food. Maybe I adjusted it incorrectly. Have to buy the guy that owns that pipe for having it 30 minutes close to you. Yeah, it's definitely nearer to you. Thing is, I get to drive onto the airfield and park up outside the hangar as well, something. And like I say, it has a microwave, tea, coffee, everything in there. He's got like a lathe machine and all sorts of stuff. It is literally the man cave workshop. I did. Zugoku, yeah. Yep. Looking forward to trying it when it comes out, sir. Right, let's see how our little shipping run is doing up here. What's going on with Haywood? Haywood is now getting fuel, and funnily enough, has grown demand for Conmat. But notice it's grown it, all of them. Look, can you see that? They all started off on, I think, 2. And because we've supplied the original stuff, they've now grown to 25, 27. It is, Irvine. It's not cheap, though, you know? Nothing cheap about flying. Right, that needs more demand on it. Excuse me. That does not have a lot of demand right now. Does anybody know, is the TB200 available for Microsoft Flight Simulator? It'd be kind of nice to practice in Microsoft Flight Sim. Wait, look at this. We're bringing more stuff than they need. Tommy, the great thing about that plane, like, let's say we wanted to fly somewhere and stay overnight, totally doable. You just go into his Google Calendar and just book the plane out for 2 days. Anything up to 4 days, I can book up to 4 days without notifying the rest of the group. The only thing he asks is that you fly it for like a minimum of a few hours. So don't book it for 4 days and then fly it for 1 hour, right? Above 4 days, you just need to notify the group. Battle Rabbit, thank you very much, 20 months. Oh, the new trucks are out. Look at this. Yeah, exactly. So we could book a hotel or something down in Cornwall, fly down to Cornwall, land, stay there overnight there, and then fly back the next day. Which is wicked. Lol pups. Got a feeling they might need. New Orleans needs to be linked to another city. We need to find a passenger link for it. I'm looking at these two over here, and they both need Conmat, but they're such a long way away. But that's not a bad sized town, 322. I'm just wondering how, if a train passenger line would be profitable. But also we kind of need to get Conmat over there. Uh-oh, Fargo Quarry. Okay. Where else can we take passengers? I guess Hayward would be a good option, but it's a bit of a tricky one to get to. Microsoft Flight Sim just flights TB21. Is that like the TB200 though? Has it got a variable pitch prop? I think if we're doing packs, it's got to be that. I think we're going to end up with a train station here. So I'm going to build a bus depot already. I think we'll change that slightly. I think we'll have a road like that instead. Link in like that. That's more like it. You get people on the boat to Hayward. It's a long, long way though, isn't it? You'd have to get them down here, then on a boat to Hayward, then up to there. I mean, it's doable. I kind of feel like West Covina is our main hub, and we should try and link to it. Things about West Covina, we'll need to get them over to this train station. Which means we'd have to reconfigure it as well. We'd have to, like, put passenger on that side of it. And then we also need to drop people off here. But I think that's the way forward. And then we sort of either follow that track. We could follow that track along the coast, actually. And just go straight through that way. That would work. You think TB21 is the newer model? Is that the one with the retractable landing gear? We got a truck down. Yeah, we do. All right, let's get that going. I think I might reconfigure this and put it over here. And then we can have the passenger one there. A new refinery is available. The Shinkansen, we've had it in previous playthroughs. That's on an elevation, isn't it? That's on quite a significant elevation. Jeez, man. What the... That's a problem. So I might make it a little bit longer. You scumbag. Right, so if we basically move all that to here, which is probably going to disrupt the lines, isn't it? I have no doubt. I have no doubt this just disrupts everything. Just waiting for 3 minutes. Yeah, it's not a TBM, Anthony. It's a TB, TB200. TBM is a very different thing. These trucks are going to block everything. Yay. Right. Okay. I think it's break time. Thinking of getting to Bus Simulator, which one is the best you've played? None of them. All the bus simulators are irritating in their own way. Seriously. There isn't a bus simulator that I could say to you, that is the best bus simulator. There just isn't one. They're all just Yeah, they all fall short of the mark in some way. Whether it's, you know, the graphics, whether it's the bus physics, whether it's the ability to mod it, whether it's ability to have good routing, whether it's the passengers, like, it doesn't matter. None of them hit the mark. Yeah, you'd be better off playing ETS2 than busting. Right, guys, I'm going to take an hour's break, so grab some food and stuff. I shall be back in 1 hour's time. Hope to see you then. If you're heading out, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Thanks for watching. I'll be back in 1 hour at 4 p.m. That's it from me. Bye for now.